Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to Friday morning's messages of love from above. Hope you guys had an amazing week. Can't believe it's Friday already. Zoom, right? All right, but let's get some stuff set up here. Get my desktop set up first, and then we will get into things here. And we'll stay out of trouble a little bit. What? I know that's a bit of a stretch, but we can always pretend. All right, I think we are good there. Just to make sure here. Yep, we are live on YouTube, so we're good there. All right. Good to see everybody. Let me change that to live up here. There we go. All right. Well, let's start off by sending some beautiful love energy out to the world. And you can join me whether you're watching live or on replay. We can send some beautiful love. And because, of course, this love energy is outside of space and time. And this year is an interesting year of transformation for the planet. We're going to see a lot of dividing between the dark getting darker and the light getting lighter, and the gap in between growing because we are transforming. The planet is kind of going to have the 3D kind of stay, but then there's going to be this other higher vibrational world as well that we can experience while the other people are experiencing lower vibration. And so the more that we send love vibration out to the world, that raises our own love vibration, but also helps the planet. So let's do it. Let's take some big deep breaths, come back to right here, right now. Let the outside world fall away for just a moment. Beautiful. As I hit the singing bowl, we'll allow that love to flow down, fill us up, and flow out to the world. Here we go. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that. We'll just put the singing bowl back there, let it continue to do its thing. All right, all right, all right, all right. So, if you're new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome, welcome, welcome. We've got a great group of people with huge hearts, great senses of humor, which is a great combination. And so, welcome and welcome back, everybody, my regular viewers and subscribers. I love our energy and the impact we're making on the world. So, thank you so much. And shout out to all of my YouTube channel members. They also help continue and offer all the free things that I do, as well as everyone that makes donations, and also of anyone that purchases my services that are all listed down in the description box of the video as well. Because of you, I'm able to do all the free things that I do, and so I can't do it without you. So a big, big thank you. If you're new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome. We've got the process of free readings is I do go down in order, first come, first serve. There's no special list. The chat is it. Very simple. You just put your question out there. If you don't want to put your business out there, you can just ask for a general reading or just be vague if you want. Spirit knows all, of course, and they'll know, and we'll pull cards for that. If anyone makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange. I move out of the free readings, prioritizing those, dive deeper, meaning I pull more cards for those two, and then I move back into the free readings and make my way down the list. To make a donation, you can use the super chat, or in the description box of the video, I also have my Venmo, my Cash App, my PayPal, and my Square. So whatever you want to do, and whatever dollar amount, Spirit knows, that you're giving what you can. And I know that everyone's finances vary, from moment to moment, person to person, country to country. So I know you're giving whatever's you're able to in your heart. And I know not everyone is able to give. That's why I like to offer free readings too, because we're not all in a position to be able to do that. So I think that's everything. Blah, 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 blah. Hey, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. You are very welcome. Thank you guys so much. Hey. All right. So I am going to be using this beautiful Wandering Star deck today by Kat Pearson. And I was reading in the back of the little book that comes with it. She's actually a musical artist too. So if you're interested in checking her out, it's Kat like meow and Pierce, Pierce. So there you go. All right, so let's give these a shuffle and let's get into it. I know. Oh, I thought you might like that, Nova. Like, ooh, a musical artist? Let's check it out. All right, so thank you guys so much. Let's get into it. And Nova, you are up first. So thank you so much for your multiple donations. And we will get into it here. All right. So let's start here. Let's shuffle these up and we'll do the sunglasses features so bright, gotta wear shades sticker. And thank you for that first donation. You know what? Whatever your guides have to say about how you feel towards being crushed by life. All right, let's take a look here. Of course, you're not alone. This human experience is kind of a crushing one in comparison, especially, right? I know that um, when we're used to the other side, unconditional love and peace and gratitude, and it's all light and love and expansiveness. And here we get to feel like we're caged, and it's like an animal that was roaming free is now in a little small compact cage where it can't even move. I know that's how it can feel. And so they definitely have that. Well, the bottom of the deck, you got the 5 of Cups. And so here's your starting off your, as I usually call it, your poster child card for your dream, which is transforming lower vibrational emotion into higher vibrational emotion, sharing the stories, sharing the energy, sharing the music and everything with it. So, when you're going, you know, um, how do you feel about me experiencing these crushing moments? Well, again, you're not alone. Every human feels it, and it's part of it. And even says loss, leaving, sorrow, and it's that transformation, that needs to happen. We do pour out these, 3 cups are the pouring out, and then the 2 of Cups is our that are remaining standing up is about our power of emotional choice, that there's neither right, neither wrong when we look at emotions. And so they don't judge us. They're not like, "Ah, I can't believe you're feeling that way." You know, it's like, it's every moment is a choice, and neither's right, neither's wrong. They just bring different experiences. And when we want to experiencing something different, we can. We have that power. And I like that there's always it kind of lightens up things when we realize we're not stuck in a lower vibrational emotion. I can always choose a higher vibration if I want, but there's not right or wrong. It's just a choice. And I like that. Yeah. Yeah. And they experience those too. Yeah. I love it. So that was the bottom of the deck. And then these two cards here, you've got the Three of Wands, which is all about switching direction with new information, and the Queen of Cups, who rolls over cups with the king, but all the queens are given a second portion. So she's the master of emotion. So when we are able to, realize that we are the rulers over our emotions and I can switch them anytime I want. This is the power, and this is part of, what helps um with our situations. And when we feel like we're crushed in that moment, that's fear. That's a lower vibrational emotion. And when we're done, then we realize, oh, nothing can crush me. I can pretend, oh no, and then I'm like, no, not really, because it's all this realm is not real. It's all pretend. It's all an expression of lower vibration so that we can experience it, right? Yeah, like a unicorn eating grass. You're so funny. Then we have the Ace of Wands. Yeah, here's the power. Realizing whatever I focus on is what I grow and expand with all of that too. And so if I'm focusing on lower vibration, I'm going to create it more. My wanting, my missingness, my fears, the hate, the crushing, like, if I'm focusing on, "Oh, I'm being crushed by the world," I'm gonna draw things to me to make me, to reinforce that, the evidence to prove it. And then when I'm like, "Okay, just kidding. No, I'm really not," then we get the evidence that supports that. Our energy is, in charge of our experience, right? Yeah. And here's the other thing here too. So we've got the Hanged Man, which is about seeing things from a different perspective, transformation as well, and the Ten of Pentacles, the gratitude and the fullness of life, right? And so when we're when we're ready to change our emotional experiences, all the stuff that we talk about of putting alarms on our phones to, every hour come back to gratitude, come back to peace, whatever it may be, because this is a giant amusement park full of fear rides, right? So we'll get drawn into the fear and the crushing world, right? And then when we're done feeling all of that, then, you know, we can change it. So I like that. So that is what they want you to know is one, there is no judgment from them on it. What do they have to say about it? It's like, cool. Are you having fun? How are you feeling about it? They don't have any feeling about it. They're like, they're along for the ride. I talk about we're driving the bus and creator is our co-pilot and all of our spiritual posses in the back of the bus going like puppy dogs that are that you said you want to go for a ride and they're like, "Oh my god, yes, let's go." And you're like, "Well, you didn't even ask where we're going." Like, I don't care. They just like that they're going for a ride, whether it's bumpy and going through, whatever, or a smooth ride on a highway. They don't care. They're just sticking their head out the window, their tongues flapping in the wind, right? like a puppy dog. All right. Yeah. Yeah, and saying that we're gonna throw away emotion in the trash makes it sound like there's something bad about it, and it's not. Every moment is a beautiful emotional experience, and we come down here to experience it until we don't want to, and then we experience something else, but it's not it's not one's not lower, it's lower vibrational, but it's not of lower value. All of our experiences are here on purpose for a purpose. Nothing's wasted, so nothing needs to be thrown out, either. So I like that. Yeah. Yeah, and that's a belief to, experience too. So it's, whenever we're saying throwing something in the trash, it just feels like there's something useless that we've experienced in our life and none of it has, which is an amazing thing to just realize that no matter how ugly it felt, was on purpose for us. And so we keep that because when we're on the other side, everything's being stored in our Akashic records, all of our experiences, because we want to be able to replay them again, no matter how weird it felt or uncomfortable it felt in the human form. Our higher self is like, I love it. All right. There's no bad snacks. All right. So that's for the first one. And then the second one, the poop icon. Hey, there you go. Or emoticon. I always say icon. What messages do your guides want to say? All right, let's take a look here. See what your guides want you to know right now. All right. And thank you for your additional donation. Let's see here. 1 and 2. That one, but these. Okay, that one and then that one there. All right. So we've got this little bridge, a bridge of things, and you've got the King of Pentacles coming in here. And the King of Pentacles, of course, rules the outside world, which is all about, our human experience, who's on the stage with us when we're, you know, going around, this world and all of the props, including our own bodies and everything. It's all about this world of pretend. And the king, of course, has been through the entire deck or the entire suit of pentacles. And so they have a lot of wisdom to glean here. And that's on the bottom of the deck. Yeah. And we have the devil card. So of course the outside world gives us a lot of supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts about what the world means and how we're supposed to feel about it and what we're supposed to focus our energy on and what our physical actions are supposed to be. And it's a bunch of opinion that we take on out of fear, And we've talked about this before, but these are the fears, the shadows, and the importance of the rattling of our cage at some significant points in our life, and it's designed for it. In fact, I was talking about retrogrades. I just put out a Oh, that's what I didn't do. I didn't put out all of the new videos, which we'll do actually, we'll do it right now, because this one, we just put out this, astrological Zenergy, which talks about, retrogrades, specifically the Pluto and Uranus ones, but we also, of course, it just shared about how half of our lives are on inner reflection and the retrogrades and, looking about, those things. Um, so, that is what this is about. And then, of course, just real quick here, we have a new Chaos to Cozy episode that came out last week. My hedges are at half off, just to throw that in there. And then we also have Gemini season coming up next week. So we put out a pick a card this week. And so happy birthday to all you Geminis. There's a bonus birthday reading in there for you. We also just put out the June monthlies. They were really fun to do with all the unicorns. Speaking of watching unicorns eating grass, I loved the picture that came across for June, which is all unicorn. It's like a unicorn month. And if you haven't checked out May, of course, we're like halfway through May. So here's May's if you want to check out May's as well. And I think that was it. So astrological's energy, blah 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 blah. Yep. So those are it. All right. So sorry that I forgot that in the beginning. But so that's the important thing with the the devil card to know that there's significant times in our lives, and we're constantly like half our lives are about reflection, and you can't be bothered caring about the outside world, yet you had these feelings of that the world was crushing you. So you are bothered by the outside world. We all are as humans because we're not enlightened. The veil has not been lifted, and we're like, oh, I get it all. So we are drawn out into, the, you know, the outside world, and these opinions, these fear, shadow experiences are what this journey is about. We hired a shadow to take us on this safari through this giant amusement park of fear rides, and we're going to be on them and we're going to have them. So, just embracing the experience helps too. And the awareness that, you know what, I came down here on purpose. So I don't come down to amusement park just to walk around and be unamused. We're here to be amused, right? I like Yeah, Three of Cups, joy, celebration, you know, and it's like it's this way. So this is like our tribe, both of human tribe who we have chosen these characters we're going to interact with down here, but then also our higher tribe, our posse of support of the upper realms. Botheredly unbothered. I love it. Yeah, and the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands, this is the energy of especially with the Three of Cups right there. Queen of Wands has a great connection with spirit world. She, like we were talking about before, all the queens get a second portion of cups, so she's really connected to her, empathic abilities, and also connects with spirit that way. And that's half the fun is that we come down here, and as a little child we're aware of things still, and then we kind of the veil gets thicker. We become less attached or connected with clarity to the upper worlds, and then we experience this world, and oh my gosh, what's happening till we our late teens, early 20s, and then we start to go like, what happened? And we're like, "Phew," we start to remember things, and then we start questioning things, and then we start going, all right, I just blindly believed a lot of people's opinions, but now I start to question, and that's a big part of all this that's happening here. Yeah, and here we go, another kind of energy of 10 of cups of joy, joy, joy. Three of cups is joy, 10 of cups is joy, and the moon card, feeling emotion deeply, that comes in here. Um, we have a Sagittarius full moon coming up, which next week's pick a card is going to be all about the Sagittarius moon. And so there's some great energies coming in with the full moon that's coming up here. And they just nudge you, of course, about follow the moon cycles, especially because you're so in tune with your emotions, and it's like tuning your guitar. You have to tune into the moon to understand your emotions and understand why every 2 or 3 days your emotions kind of go through a different taste, a different um, tint to them, and that helps understand that too. Like a fetus losing its umbilical cord. You're so funny. Your gift of expression. So that's what they want you to know, what your guides want you to know right now, mainly is that, the world is uh, on purpose, for a purpose, and you're going through times of change. It's the cycles, it's how it happens and how it unfolds. So I like that for you. So that's what they have for El Numero Dos for you there. Yeah, you are connected to your emotions. You may not realize it. It's like a fish going, "Really? I swim in water?" And it's like, "Well, you've been in water all your life." So you're like, "What? There's water around us?" It's like Yeah, but because you've lived it all of your life. And I know, I mean, like with my birth chart, I've got, even though I'm an air sign sun, um, I've got a stellium in Pisces, I've got other water, and then recently, as I'm looking at my birth chart, I've got a grand trine in water and a mini trine, which forms a kite, which is a unique thing that doesn't happen a whole lot, of water, and I'm like, "Okay, I understand why I've been so emotional in my life." But when you've been, especially after 50 plus years now, it's like, I'm used to water. It's like, it's water, it's emotion. And then you're kind of that way already as well. Sometimes it burns. And that is, and that can be, and you'll get more used to it as you're but that's the every 2 or 3 days. It probably burns when it's the fire when we're in a fire moon. It flows when you're in a water moon. It's constipation when it's an earth moon. That's so funny. And then, probably just gassy when it's an air moon. Oh, you're so funny. So, anyway, that's what they have, for your second question. Number 3, you have the Zzz, and thank you for your additional donation. And you wanna know, what insights does Kurt wanna share about? Let's take a look here. What insights? Of course, he likes his oracle, and I'm gonna go here, the Art of Manifestation Oracle, and we'll take a look here. Too funny. So let's take a look here and see what is his message. What do you have here? All right. This one right here. Yeah, you gotta empower yourself here. See if I can get it to focus. There it is. Speaking of golden, golden biology, it's your spirit guides, of which, of course, Kurt is one of them. Card 14, empowerment does not mean that we have power over others. It means that we have power over ourselves. We honor our capacity for free will and conscious choice whilst honoring the same in others. This card Kurt asks you to evaluate your present situation and to take an ownership of your right to choose, with the recognition of the entitlement of others to do the same. So I like that energy, because it is about, um, every moment you get to choose your story about what you're applying, your emotion that you're feeling, the energy you're putting forward, and what you're drawing towards you, and your physical actions. And everyone else is doing their own. And so you get to release the responsibility. And I feel like they're just reminding you, you get to release the responsibility of all that in the outside world, that you aren't responsible for how people will respond to your music, treat you, not treat you, say, not say, blah, 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 and all of that. It's all this freedom that comes in of you just allowing everyone to choose what they want to choose. If they want to go on that roller coaster ride or that spinny ride or sit still for a while, that's totally up to them, right? And and I like this freedom of releasing everyone, but then also taking the responsibility for your own. Going, you know what? I've asked for everything that's come into my life. I've drawn it in with my energy. And so there's no blame that will be there, because I'm choosing it. There's no fault, there's no blame, there's no judgment. I've chosen it. It's just accepting it and not saying it's right or wrong. It just is. Same thing with everyone else. And so, like a true adult, I know, right? Boom. And it is, it's amazing to go, wow, well, as a child, I didn't make choices. Well, we did choose our environment before we came down fully knowing. So it's like, yeah, we did, even though we felt out of control, we're like, I did choose the entire journey. If I book the flight to fly from here to here to here to here to here to here, and my experiences on the flight, I wanted them. I knew fully beforehand what's happening. And so, it's this release and forgiveness of everyone for anything anyone has said or done or not did or didn't say, and go, yeah, I wanted this. It's a freedom that comes with it. So I like that. Um, Let me see if there's anything else he wants to add to that. I don't know what he could add to that, but he's just like, buckle up or buck up. Oh, okay. It's from he's showing me from it was with Demi Moore, G.I. Jane, and they were, all training, and they're all holding this raft full of water up, and people are faltering, and she's telling everyone, "Buck up, let's go." Yeah, and the Three of Cups, but you're not alone in the journey ever. You've got the Three of Cups, which is your spiritual posse, and so this is them saying, and it's fun here because, in this card, when it talks about we honor your capacity for free will and conscious choice, they um they don't meddle in your life. Before you come down here, of course, you give them a honey-do list. This is what I would like to experience when I'm down here. And they're always working on that. But while we're down here, they don't meddle outside of that in our power of choice and our free will, unless we, of our free will and power of choice, ask them to. And that's why when they're behind us and we're, you'll hear and you're like, what? And they do that through synchronicities, repeating numbers, and different things. It's like them, sometimes they'll just do like they'll touch something in our brain to remember something, or stuff in the outside world, or emotional flow, or energetic something where we're like goosebumps suddenly, and they're like, just, they'll give you like a wet willy, and you're like, what are you doing? And like, just letting you know we're here if you need anything. Just saying, so you can ask them of your own free will for signs, answers, clarity. But if you don't, then they will allow us. And if we, it's funny. Sorry that I laugh because they're just showing me like sometimes we do act like little children. Like, well, I don't want to have to ask. I want them just to do things for us. And they're like, nope, that's not how it works, honey. You've, uh, we've got to ask of spirit and ask of our tribe and others too. Well, I want people just to read my mind and to do things without me having to ask. Well, it's fear. Fear is what keeps us from asking. What if they say no? What if I'm unworthy of them helping? Well, them on that side, they're like, there's no question about your worthiness. We chose to jump on your bus on purpose. Humans, will act and react whatever way they're going to do it as well. So that's our fear, is what if someone tells me no? Well, then they tell you no. It's not the end of the world. You will find a different way. So I like that. Funky comedina. All right, so that's what Kurt has for you for that one there. And then your fourth question here, I like the wide awake. It's like, oh, they're sweating a little bit sticker there. And so thank you for your additional donation. And then you want messages around your musical dreams from your cool spirit guides, or even Kurt, because he counts too. Well, and he's part of your spirit guides. So he's always included in that group anyway. So what do they want you to know about your musical dreams here? What do they want you to know about your musical dreams? All right. And I want that, I want that, and then these three. All right. Yeah, in the bottom of the deck, you've got the 8 of Pentacles coming in here with all these bees. And there's an old saying, you're the bee's knees, which is like, do bees have knees? But it's a saying, which may or may not mean something to you. But it is about, you know, being super cool. Like you're saying, they're super cool. They're saying you're super cool. But the Eight of Pentacles is about putting in the work, the blood, the sweat, the tears, and things unfold. But it's like an apprentice becoming a master. They don't focus on like, I got to become a master. I got to be a master. I got to be a master. It's like a blacksmith, like a master blacksmith taking on an apprentice to learn the craft. They're engaged in the moment and creating and finding their own way. And that's the whole process. It's enjoy the process, enjoy the journey, not focusing on the destination, which we all can always use that kind of reminder as well. Yeah, because here, yeah, like the cat's meow, the bee's knees. Um, and here's the Five of Cups. So, that was the card on the bottom of the deck, the Eight of Pentacles, but you've got here's your um poster child card again for your music in your dreams is the Five of Cups. Remember your why, remember your dream, and allow yourself to experience this transformation of your emotions from lower to higher and go through the process, right? Yeah, the Two of Wands. Every moment is an energetic choice. There's neither right, neither wrong, but whatever you focus on does grow and expand. And I like it. Plans, partnerships, and influence. The Two of Wands is about, continue to make your plans, put energy toward it. But with the Three of Wands that follows it, just know that you know, I don't, well, I wouldn't. Maybe there was one person in all of humanity that was like, when they were a teenager said, "This is my life and this is exactly what I'm going to do." And they exactly did what they want to do. And it exactly turned out the way that they wanted it to be without any changes to it. One out of trillions. And they said that was just an experiment. And the person did it and went, it was boring. Don't do it. And so no one has ever done it since. And so allow yourself to make changes. That's hilarious. Right. Yeah. And you've got here not even 1%. It's like 0.000000000001. Because 1% would be one out of 100. This is one out of trillions. So, according to the mathematician. So, and then you have the Ace of Swords and the Strength card. This is part of, your journey and adventure is learning and growing, seeing things from a higher perspective. Here's your human and your higher self, really working on your relationship and maintaining it. Again, Leo energy, but you've got the Ace of Swords about, seeing things from that higher perspective. And yeah, it's funny, the Ace of Swords is a change card. So it's all about making decisions and that you'll make decisions that will change your course here and there throughout all of that, and that's allowed. In fact, that's preferred. That we're not on a boring ride. It's funny. There was this old Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. It's an old, and it was through Australia, and they were like, you can go on this long road that just goes all the way across to Australia, right? And you're like, and it's like, who wants to do that? Let's go on a journey and an adventure. I like that. Hey, Shelly, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Yeah, if you haven't checked out the uh let's see, I had the Gemini. I have pick a cards that have like, because you're Taurus, right? Yeah, Taurus. There's a 3-month free birthday reading that's in those if you want to check those out too. Yeah, and here it is. You've got these Page of Cups, which is, a higher pursuit of higher love. This is like what the dream is your journey with that Five of Cups from lower vibration to higher vibration. The Page of Cups is doing that. And the Knight of Pentacles, which is the slowest moving knight, but it's about enjoying the external journey as you go through it. And even the Three of Swords, which is what we come down here to experience, what it might feel like to have disappointments and be heartbroken, and but just knowing that they're not real, that our hearts can never be broken, and that when we feel the prick in our heart of disappointment, it's like just realizing that there is this um feeling on purpose, and that it's fear. The prick in our heart is fear, and when we can calm ourselves, we can go look and see, oh, what was the fear that was attached to that, and we can dismantle triggers to where we can go on adventures without that feeling there. So that is what they have for you for that one. And I do see, I think you have at least one more here. We'll get to that, of course, in order as well. So thank you for your multiple donations. Appreciate all of those. All right. Okay. Let me see here. Let me turn on timestamps here. Well, is it doing it? Oh, it didn't do it here. All right. Well, it's being difficult here. Let me try something really quick here. Well, let me not do that. All right. I know every week I hear you. All right, yeah, I had a server. I had a PayPal, but for some reason I had to reboot all of my stuff. There was some weird YouTube stuff going on, so don't have my timestamps on. But I think here the PayPal came through. Well, I'll look here and see. Let me see. Well, who is it from here? First of all, let me just make sure. I try to do it here. Oh, okay. So be our fan. So as soon as I see your name on there, when I'm going down the list here, I will jump to you. I think you were here. Yeah, so I think after the second Jeep there is when yours was there. So we'll jump to that. And okay, and yours was general reading for struggle. Okay, so we'll do there. So far, just to get everyone up to speed where we're at. So next up will be Patty, and then Mia, and then back to Nova, and then Jeep, and then BR V Fan, and then Loving Life, and then Brenda, and then back to Jeep. So that's where we're at right now for the donations, just to kind of give you an idea. All right, so let's jump in. Patty, you are up. So let's give that some love and a like since they let me. And you want to know, is somebody manifesting you? Well, you're not a demon to be manifested or called on. It's mutual. When we're looking at, and we'll pull cards for this, but it's a good thing to know is that we aren't like drawn out of our without free will to someone like, oh, help, and we don't draw people to us without them. It's us raising our vibrational energy that draws us together. And so we'll see here. Are you being drawn together with someone? That's what we'll look at here. All right. So, Patty, are you being drawn currently to someone else here? All right. I feel like those there. All right. Yeah. Six of Wands. You do. Yeah. You got the Six of Wands, which is equal attraction on both sides. So that is being drawn together. And you even got the Six of Pentacles on the bottom, which is equal giving and receiving as well. So let me see if it'll focus more if I have two cards there. Come on. There it goes. Pretty, pretty. So there is this drawing together here, and we'll see what they are wanting to share here. So you've got one card and four cards is what came out. Yeah, you got the Hermit card. So you're going to be just a little bit of time alone here. So both of you are looking at this alone time, raising your love vibration, taking the time so that you guys can be drawn together. So it's just a little while longer that's going to be coming in here for you guys to, get that, um, and that energy that comes in here. And let's take a look. So you had two and two. Yeah. So you've got the Two of Swords. Both of you are kind of going through this battle between your head and your heart with the Four of Wands, what marriage means. The Four of Wands is joy and celebration, but a marriage card. And the Two of Wands is just like at this, indecision, this working out of things that, well, everyone has said this is the way it's supposed to be. You got all these opinions of your brain, but your heart is like, but I want this. Oh, but this, it's like, it would be the difference of like, well, we're supposed to have this huge wedding that's going to put us in debt for a year. And the heart is going, I just want to have just the two of us, the person who's going to marry us, and a small group of people on the beach. And that's what I want. That's just an example. And it's like, yeah, this creativeness, this the heart wanting to do it its own special way instead of fitting in. And that's with love and relationship and marriage and partnership. And we have a lot of pressure of what we feel it's supposed to be instead of like, but what I want. It's my day, it's my life. I'm going to do it the way I want to. And there is this kind of energy around that. It is someone that you don't know yet. We have the Ace of Cups. This is the beginnings of love, relationship. So it is in the future. I feel like it's by the end of the year that you meet them and that this begins. So, when it comes down to, two people coming together, it's about the energy that each person is working on is the speed. You can't control their speed, but you can control yours. And so you just work on your own, energy, your own, um, you know, questioning those thoughts and those beliefs. What emotions am I feeling? What energy am I focusing on? What physical actions am I doing? That's my energy. That's what controls how fast I go to the meeting spot. And then, their speed is their own too. So you can't control them, but you can only control yourself with that. And then again, I feel like it's someone that you don't that you don't know yet. You got the Hierophant coming in here, and this is someone who's like a teacher or a perpetual student. Let's see if I can get it to focus. Come on, there it goes. And it's Taurus energy with it, but very grounded person. They're like a perpetual student. They just love to learn and learn and learn and learn. They like to teach and help others too. So it could be someone who's in a kind of a spiritual teacher, or it could also be just in the educational system of some sort. Can also be part of what they do, and uh, as part of their vocation and kind of their way of life, which I like too. So that's what they want you to know right now regarding that. So I like that. They give you a little bit of a hint towards energy, right? You're like, woohoo. All right. So that is what they have for you right now, Patty Patty. And thank you again so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. And then just continue to do what you've been doing, question those things in your heart, question those fears in your mind, question the getting out of your head and into your heart allows you faster movement as you raise your low vibration. That's what speeds things up too. As you raise your low vibration, your experience, you feel like you get there faster. And then again, you can't control them at all, so they're going to take whatever time they're going to do there. All right. So thank you again for your donation. Many blessings to you. And then Mia, you are up next. Let's give that some love and a like there. So thank you for that donation. And you want to know, is your husband unhappy after your conversation? Shuffle here. So you had problems and you talked, but you feel he's unhappy. You'd like to know if this will be resolved. And then your friend. All right, we'll take a look at that too. All right. What's going on with the hubster? And that's the other friend there. Okay. So, is he unhappy? You know, he'll get over it. You got the 5 of Cups and the 5 of Pentacles. These are changes, changing of emotion, changing of these feelings from feeling lack. And so, one of the things is that their unhappiness exists way before you even came into their lives. This 5 of Pentacles talks about these beliefs of lack. These are feelings of abandonment, being left out in the cold, being left behind, not feeling good enough, feelings of lack. And these came from 7 years old and younger. So unless you guys were raised, you know, and you were a part of their lives back then, and you were making these situations, this is happened way before you. And the 5 of Cups is a change, is a transformation. So, they've got these feelings of lower vibrational emotions. And so there is some sorrow. There is some, you know, this is all an echo of things that happened when they were younger, though. So, the spirit wants you to know about all that. Yeah. And here again, the 5, you got 2 fives there, and then got the 5, the Hierophant, which is about learning and growing and having clarity around their capital T truths. And the Chariot is victory, is movement, and it's about power of choice coming in here. So 2 major arcana with all this. I feel like it will be resolved in a positive way. And I mean, it always is. Everything always unfolds for us. And so you can trust that, they're gaining clarity over their life. You're gaining clarity over your own life. But you also have your power of choice. You get to choose what story you want to put to your situation with your husband, what emotions you want to feel, what energy you put forward, and what physical actions you take. You can't control theirs. And so releasing that and just focusing on you. If you focus on fear, then you're going to draw fearful energy and situations and events into your life. But if you start moving towards gratitude and joy and start looking at, okay, the story I'm going to put is like, every relationship has struggles. There's not a single one out there that doesn't have some challenges. That's what's beautiful about these mirrors we get into relationships and marriages with, is that there's friction because we're working things out. But if we can, instead of focusing on fear and growing fear, I can start being grateful for things in them instead of where they're falling short, right? Instead, I'm going to start focusing on what I love about them, what I appreciate about them sincerely, and I'm going to start communicating it to them. Can you imagine what kind of relationship you would have if you were like, you know what I love about you is that you never give up on your friends. I saw when this person was doing this and you just stuck by him. And I feel it's so honorable. And I love that about you. And they're like, wow. Instead of going, you know what you didn't do today? You know who you're not being for me? Who wants to be around that? And we don't, right? If they constantly did that, we'd be like, bye. So I like this change of energy and that the stepping into power that comes in here for you as well. And then you have a friend who had problems and you'd like to know if she has bad intentions towards you. No, no, we've got some positive cards here. We got the Fool card, which is an ending of an old cycle, beginning of new adventure. I feel like they are going through some stuff because they've got the Ace of Cups and the Knight of Cups too. So with these 3 cards, both the Fool card, the Ace of Cups, is about new beginnings, is about an ending of an old way and the beginning of things, and so they're going through some transformation, and you said, yeah, they've had problems, but the problems are coming up to spark this movement. If we're not uncomfortable in our lives, we don't move. We just sit and we'll feel, oh, this is great. I'm just going to stay where I'm at. But until we have this shaking and this rattling in our lives, then we don't make movement. So this is all about what they're going through, and they don't have bad intentions towards you. If you feel that way, then just realize that every relationship, husband, friend, whoever, is a mirror for us, and what we see in someone else has a reflection of something that's going on inside of us. So you can ask yourself, you can say, I'm having problems, and how, do I have bad intentions toward myself? And then you're like, oh, okay, I can, instead of looking to your husband or partner or friends or whatever to define your love and your worth, you turn inward and upward to your higher self and go, I can trust you. You're the best friend ever. You're the best love of my life, that higher love. Then you don't look so much to the outside world to fulfill you. And we also don't look at them as falling short because we know however they're acting has to do with what's going on inside of them, not with me. And same thing, my actions, how I perceive the world is all in here because we don't see the world as it is. We see the world as we are. So does your husband, so do your friends, your family, the entire world. We're seeing through these glasses that are filtered by all our experiences, our thoughts, our emotions, everything. And so bringing it back to you is an important part of your journey. I feel like with that, right? So that's what they have for you, Mia. So many blessings to you. Thank you again for your donation. And then Nova, we are to your number 5 with your emoji. Thank you for your additional donation. You want to know, what are your spirit guides helping you with in your life currently? All right. Let's take a look here and see what they have here. What are you helping with currently? Not that one, and this one, and these two. All right. So you have the Hierophant. Well, this Hierophant's coming out a lot, but we are in Taurus season, so Taurus energy. But this is about they're guiding you and pulling you upward so that you can see the capital T truths of who you really are, what you really want. So really, they're helping you gain a lot of clarity in life by bringing up things to look at, allowing you to experience things to be like, well, that's not what I want. And so they're helping you grow and learn. Clarity is a big piece of it all here. Yeah. Yeah. So you got the Hermit card and the Four of Pentacles. One of the things here too, what they're helping you with is this nudging, even though they love that, when you're a hermit and you're spending time with them, here's the home card. They're nudging you to get out of the house, get out of your safe zone, and so they're creating excitement, they're creating energy around you that's making you like want to go do something, want to head out there. Yeah, and here's the Knight of Swords. Here's clarity, again, movement of thought and belief and mindset. So they're in, this Knight of Swords. They're on a quest for the Ace of Swords, which is clarity. So they're, helping you with that clarity of mind and clarity of mindset. Yeah, and here's the Knight of Wands. This is them, uh, kind of it's like, how if someone gave you like, here's a shot of caffeine, and you're like, wow, I got so much energy. I need to do something with this. This is what they're flooding you with, this energy of like, I've got to do something with this. And that's gonna push you forward, right? Yeah, and then all this thinking, so it makes sense, even on the bottom of the deck, you've got the 5 of swords, the 2 of swords. You got all this swords energy, this thinking energy, which is all about the clarity, right? They're allowing you to leave behind some old ways of thinking, and movement of new ways of thinking that's coming in there. So I like that for you. They're bringing clarity of mind, clarity of what you're wanting, clarity of what you're not wanting, but they're also putting a fire under your butt a little bit, just to make you a little antsy about sitting still. And that's what happens, right? When we have fears that hold us back, when our fears outweigh our ugly feeling of not being ourselves, we don't act. But when the ugly feeling of not expressing ourselves outweighs our fears, that's when we make a movement. And they're just turning up the fire, the energy of not feeling like you're living your life and who you are, that allows you to like jump forward. Yeah, it makes you definitely want to perform, right? Yeah. Time to flush, right? Yeah, like a monkey. Monkey poo. All right. So that is what they have for that one, Nova. You're so funny. All right. So many blessings, and thank you again for that donation. And then Jeep Jeep, you are up. So your next two are up here. And so let's give that first one some love and a like here. And I think you had another one further down below, which we'll get to. So your first one is, how will your job situation change in the coming weeks? All right. Shuffle these up. Let's take a quick sip here. Let's have some of my beautiful beet juice and lemon juice. Yum. Refreshing and nutritious. All right. So let's take a look here, Jeep. How your job situation in the next coming weeks. Okay, to those and then these. All right. Well, I like this. You got the Emperor here. The Emperor, of course, is taking charge, Aries, fire energy, and like so much of what's going to happen here has to depend upon what you're choosing, right? That Emperor energy is like a lot of people have an opinions, but you get to decide. And sometimes we feel like we're at the whim of all these advisors and all these people or managers or whatever, and we're like, well, I've got to do this. And then we feel like we're a puppet, we're being controlled. But when we realize I could quit at any moment, yeah, we have to deal with the repercussions and stuff. But you know what? I could say, thanks, but I'm done. Bye. And we have that power. We are the rulers over our life, not someone else, right? Um, so I like that. The emperor rules over kings, and so even though a supervisor might be a king over an area of our life, we're ultimately in power over it. And I like that type of energy coming in there with that. Yeah, look at the power of emotional choice and the 10 of Pentacles. So you get to choose how you feel about everything in your life. The 10 of Pentacles is about, everything that happens in our outside world, our relationships, our possessions, our jobs, our whatever. We get to decide how I feel about it all. And no one gets to tell me how I feel about it. Other people might be like, "Oh, you're not making enough." You're like, "I feel like I'm making plenty." Or other people like you make enough already. And you're like, "You know what? I want to make more." I get to decide how I feel about it, and I get to choose. Though this is that Emperor card coming in here, that I am the one who chooses my path. I'm the one who chooses what I want to do, where I want to be, and there's no wrong, there's no right. I get to choose, and I like that kind of energy that comes in there. So what else we have here? Yeah, Page of Pentacles, King of Cups, balancing your heart and mind. New opportunities with the Page of Pentacles are available for you that open up, but it's you balancing your head and your heart, and you are the one. Again, a king. I'm the one who chooses my emotions around things. So the new opportunity that opens up, I get to decide. And when we allow like all these fears, all the supposed to shoulds, what are people going to think if I do or don't do this? It's like, screw everyone else. It's like, it's your life. You get to choose. Well, I don't want to make the wrong choice. There's no wrong choice. You get to choose. There's just different experiences, different things that come from it. And I like this that over the next couple of weeks. Yeah, this is actually yours right now, Jeep. So you can rewind a little bit, but it's you that is like, I decide, and I get to make the decisions, and I get to decide how I want to feel about those decisions. I get to decide the story I put around those decisions. I get to decide the energy and my physical actions around my decisions too. So it's like, I am the one who gets to decide what everything means. And he's like, I have a hard time at work. Well, that's a choice, right? I'm choosing to have a hard time at work. Um, what's so hard about it? Get to the fear. What, because it's hard when there's a fear. And then when we figure out what the fear is, then we're released. Like they're reminding me like when I was like a representative in call centers and stuff, and I had such a high bar on my for myself and my performance, and I always had to be number one, number two among all the reps. And if I if I didn't, oh, it was devastating to me, and I was like, oh, how embarrassing. But I was still third, fourth, fifth out of 500. It was like, why such a high bar? I was the one putting pressure on myself. My fears were what was making it so stressful, and I'd beat myself up over making a mistake, and fearing what people will think, and do those types of things, right? Um, so, these are you, and maybe that's the balancing, right? The King of Cups, with all of this, balancing your head and your heart. So, whatever it takes here. And I know that we also can get ourselves caught up in a diagnosis, right? I'm bipolar, so this is how things happen. Do they have to though? Do they? It's like, no, I get to decide. I have, chemical challenge that I might go south in some emotions, but it doesn't mean I have to stay there. I get to choose to go a different direction, whether it's my medication or I need to step away from things, or what do I need to do? What are the constant things, that I have to maintain? It's like if I have migraines and I know eating peanut butter ignites them, then I stay away from peanut butter. If I have bipolar tendencies, then I try to stay away from lower vibration that I know takes me down, right? So it's taking charge and really realizing I'm not at the whim, of those things, right? So I like that. I do feel like you things do get better. Because it's you making the changes, though. There's these opportunities that come about with you, because again, you've got the Page of Wands, which is a new spark. You got the King of Wands, which is like, let me see here. I seem reversed in the camera, and I have a hard time sometimes. But yeah, the King of Wands, which is like the Emperor, and the Page of Wands. I control my energy. I control what my focus is. And if you focus on joy, you focus on celebration, you focus on happier things, then we grow that. If I, you know, start heading in the low direction and I start focusing on it, I draw it more to me, right? Um, so it's about creating different things, and realizing that whatever you focus on with your energy is what you grow and expand. And so if when you start to feel yourself slipping into lower vibration, then that's when we can make our change. That's when we can go, you know what, even if it's, like I said, every hour setting an alarm of coming back to gratitude. And when we focus on gratitude, then we're in the now, in the moment. They say that we get anxiety when we look into the future, and we get depression when we look into the past. So when we're in gratitude, and joy, and celebration in the moment, it's harder for us to get pulled in those directions too. So I like that you are trying to find other tasks, you're trying to find other jobs, but I know May and June is you really taking the bull by the horns, and you deciding what you want to do for your life. Where do you want to live? Where do you want to go? And putting, the energy into that instead of into worry and fear and lower vibration. It's like, all right, you know what? I'm going to listen to the music that makes me upbeat. I'm going to focus on those things. I'm going to not bring in. It's like if you're allergic to things, or like they keep on bringing back migraines. We know that if we're stressed and if we eat certain things, that it gives us migraines. But if I go eat all that and I get a migraine, then I'm like, "Oh," but if I'm like, "I'm gonna avoid those stuff, I'm gonna eat the things that help me instead," it's consuming the things with our eyes, our ears, even our nose, our mouth, our lives, that help us stay higher vibrational, because wherever we focus our energy, all this is about where focusing our energy is what grows and expands. So it's in your hands. You definitely have high capacity to be able to switch things up for sure. Right, so that's what they have for your first one. And then the second one, let's give that some love and a like. So thank you for your additional donation there. And you want to know, how will your stock investments look like next week and after that? Right, and just disclaimer, of course, I'm not a financial guru or professional. This is all designed for entertainment purposes only. Ultimately, everyone has to make their own decisions. Check out the disclaimer in the description box of the video. Check, check. All right, let's see here. So, what does Spirit want you to know? Stock investments, what will they look like next week? Right, and then that transforms into the future. All right, let's take a look here. So for next week, yeah, so you've got the Nine of Wands and the Full card, ending of an old cycle, beginning of a new adventure. Nine of Wands does represent, something that might have been stagnant. It feels like that there's some, you know, stocks or whatever that haven't been moving. They haven't had much fluctuation. And I feel like they're saying, end of that cycle, begin a new cycle of something else. And so I feel like, you know, it's okay for you to go, all right, I've waited enough on these, especially if there's something that's been there for a while, 9 weeks, 9 months. Um, it's like something that's been, and it's like it hasn't been really doing anything. I want to change some stuff up. Let's see what this middle one is. Yeah, because we've got the tower, and I feel like that it's important for you because the tower is a sudden change, something suddenly being moved out of the way. And so I feel like don't do anything risky. Like, don't move it from like secure bonds to like something that's high risk, because if it's high risk, I feel like it's going to go here in the next couple of weeks. So choose the stuff that's solid, but you might just change some different types of solid stocks though, because I feel like that. Yeah. Yeah, because with good judgment, get the judgment, listening to your higher self, you do have Ace of Pentacles, which for the future does bring some higher yields for you with that. But I just feel like there's some rockiness about to hit some of the stocks that are the riskier type, and it's okay to let me just put some solid stuff and change up what those are. You know, if there's like I said, there you can talk to your financial consultant too, and goes, there's something that's not risky, but it's not also dead. Like it's just, not any movement. Is there something that I can move it into that is a little more growth? And I feel like that's important for you there. All right. So that's what they have for you there. Hopefully that makes sense. All right. So those are those. And then Braves fan. Thanks for letting me know what that means there. I'll try to remember that. So, oh, Brave fan, not Braves, Brave fan. All right. And then you wanted a general reading because you're struggling with some things. All right. And then after that, we'll have Loving Life, Brenda, Jeep, Nova, and then Danielle. All right. So let me just highlight this so I can see where I'm at. All right. So let's give these a shuffle. And Brave fan, let's see what Spirit wants you to know with what you're going through right now. All right. Woo, I just got a surge of energy coming through. I don't know if you have like a mother figure on the other side, but yeah. And even on the bottom of the deck, we got Mother Nature, Mother Nurture coming in. A very nurturing, I mean, literally the hair all the way down, like on my legs and my arms, is all standing up. So they want you to know that you're not alone. And, if it's a grandmother or mother, even, um, that they are with you, supporting you with what's going on here. Wow. Yeah, it came through very strong. Yeah, and here's the 5 of Cups. So, we have the 5 of Cups, which is the feeling of loss and sorrow and lower vibrational emotions. And they just want you to know that it's okay that, feel your emotions, feel what you're feeling. Don't suppress it. Don't push it down. Don't, deny yourself this. Allow it to flow because emotions don't last forever. Feeling, with your emotions and, have that, allowing those to flow. Because once they finish flowing, the tears stop, the tears stop dripping, that you'll have this release. Their tears are healing, so allow that and allow this energy. Allow the nurturing around you with this loving mother type energy um, to comfort you. You have the 8 of Pentacles, which does show that things will transform. It's like a caterpillar. They go through transformation, and sometimes it feels weird. It feels odd. Things do move away. Things do change, but it's allowing you to transform who you are. And so the struggles that you're going through, like a caterpillar, when it starts to become caterpillar juice and it loses its outer skin to be able to form the wings and to turn into a butterfly, that it does take time and it feels weird, but that it is happening with a purpose and on purpose. And you're about to see some changes begin to happen in the outside world. The 8 of Pentacles does talk about putting in the blood, the sweat, the tears, but things do start to move, and you're going to start to see movement happen in the outside world with this too. Yeah. Let me see. I've got to just make this a little more YouTube friendly. It's the only card that has a little bit of too nudeness on here. We got the World card and the Death and Rebirth card. So here is that transformation. The World card is an ending of major cycles. It's the last card in the major arcana, which transforms into, the full card, which is the 0, which is a new beginning, a new birthing, a new adventure that's free and more free flowing. And the death card, of course, and both of these are major arcana, which is about a significant change that's coming up here in your life with those as well. Let's see what we have here. Yeah, you do have the strength to make it through. You have your human self and then your higher self. And so, it is a time here, again, another major arcana of discovering your inner strength. And that's what happens when we have such strong things happen in our lives. And we find that the outside world, whether it's relationships, situations like jobs and education, whatever, and things, our bodies, our possessions, bank accounts, when any of those things don't live up to making us feel fulfilled and full, and all of this kind of stuff, there's this energy here of realizing that your true strength comes from inward and upward, and you define yourself by this love from above, this eternal, unconditional love of the creator, and of this, trillions and trillions, endless amount of beings of unconditional love and light, that you are supported. Again, this motherly energy that's coming through, that's very nurturing, that you're not alone, that you're supported, your higher self, when you can step in to realize that this human character is just a human character, one of the many characters we play, but the actor behind the character, this powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being you really are, that's who you are, right? And then when you discover that you're so much more than this human character, you walk hand in paw, hand in paw here through life, seeing it in a different way. Okay, yeah. So your mother is here with you because she came through strong. I was just like, whoa. She's like, and she's acting like a mama bear too. She's like, I have you. I have you. Is what she's saying. I have you. I got you. See what else they have here. Yeah, you've got movement coming up here. So you do have movement of emotion with the Knight of Cups. You do have the Six of Wands and the Nine of Wands. So whatever this barrier is that's been, like, you feel like you've been knocking your head up against over and over and over again, you're about to have flow come here with the Six of Wands, and victory that comes with this too. Just know that everything has been happening on purpose, for a purpose, but it's to help you with this transformation, to have you see the things that you are ready to put an end to be able to move forward and move past. But it did require you to have these things be brought up so that you could be released from them, some old ways of thinking, supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts, these triggers that are rooted in the small t truths. With the devil card here, it's the rattling of our cage to show us these old belief systems and opinions that we took on as our belief systems, that they're lies. They're rooted in a fear of rejection, fear of failure, fear of losing conditional love. But when you're able to see things from this capital T truth rooted in unconditional love, it allows this freedom and this flow. But you are supported. Mama Bear is, uh, moving some energies, moving some things, because you're learning you've asked to learn during this period of your life, but they're maneuvering things, and things you'll start to see those, especially with that Eight of Pentacles, you're gonna start to see things move in the outside world as well. So hopefully that helps a little bit, but that's what they have for you right now, Brave Fan. Thank you again so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. And then Loving Life, you are up next. So thank you for that donation. Let's give that a love and a like since it lets me. And blessings to you when you want a general love for the next 30 days. All right. So I'm just going to take another sip here. All right. So love for the next 30 days. All right. So got some interesting, I don't know what these cards are yet. You just got some interesting stacks here. Bottom of the deck, you do have the King of Swords and the Six of Swords. They want you to see this too. And the Hanged Man. So that makes sense. So the energies on the bottom of the deck that you have coming in are all about movement of thought and belief and mindset and seeing things from a different perspective. I feel like there's this big next 30 days is some clarity as some, I don't want to say triggers necessarily, but beliefs are popping up. And I feel like there's things that you've been ruminating on, if that makes sense. Um, there's this, hey, living life, this, ahas, these, well, I don't know. Is this really what I want? You've been doing a lot of thinking and a lot in your head here, especially with the King of Swords, because they not only roll over swords with the Queen, they get a second portion of swords of air. So a lot of thinking, a lot in your head, but high level thinking, and I don't feel like it's like the normal overthinking, that's coming in, this is like higher thinking. And so it's very supported. Let's see. So you got two cards, three cards, four cards. So the two cards coming out together. Yeah. Two of Pentacles and three of Pentacles. So looking at things in the outside world, and I feel like you've been like bouncing back and forth with these two of Pentacles between the Three of Pentacles is about being true to your authentic self, or, oh, well, this is what people want. So I need to be this if I want to find love, but really, this is who I am. And there's been this, yeah, why am I trying to be something that I'm not? And I'm not going to be able to keep it up for long anyway. And then what am I thinking? That they're going to be like, well, even though I was attracted to this of who you were trying to be, it's like, you know, there's this, uh, well, no, they're not. They're not gonna be like, well, since you are who you are, it's like, no, it's about, being true to your authentic self. And I feel like this is where you're coming to here. Let's take a look here. Yeah. And I like this. You got the Hermit coming in here and the Four of Swords. And the Four of Swords is about peace of mind. And the Hermit is, I'm okay with being alone. And I like this kind of energy that's coming in here of, you know, I'd rather be alone than try to have to be someone who I'm not. And this is the kind of clarity that I feel is coming in here is like you're really coming to this point of going, no, it it would feel too ugly of me not being true to my authentic self and trying to fit into, you know, something, right? That's what we have here. Yeah. Because here you go. You got the Two of Cups, which is one of the emotional relationship cards. And you got the Nine of Cups, which is dreams come true. And the King of Pentacles. Someone who's full and, um, I feel like this is the clarity that you're getting here around, you know, we tend to look for other relationships with other people for our like sense of security, at least in the outside world, right? It's like, well, I want someone who is, like it says on here, someone who is reliable, a visionary and generous. Heck yeah, who wouldn't want that? But you can't find that outside of yourselves if you don't find it within yourself. There's a great book we're reading right now in my Praying Mantis group called The Path to Love by Deepak Chopra. I've read it at least 2 times on my own, and now this is the 3rd time through with the group, and oh my god, it's great, great, awareness. One of the things it talks about is trying to find something in someone else that we're trying to find within ourselves, and there's clarity that comes in, so it's a great, um, a great, reference if you're interested in that. They've been around for forever. And then let's take a look here and see what we've got coming in here. Yeah, yeah. So the 4 cards that came out together, you got the Magician, which is you wielding your own energy. You've got the 6 of Cups, which does talk about past life connections, and I do feel like the individual that you are gonna be drawing into your life is someone you've had a lot of past life connection with, and you're gonna be like it's gonna be a no-brainer when you see them, because 'cause you're just gonna be like, "Holy moly, who are you? You're glowing," you know? "You've got a rainbow shooting out of your butt. Wow, I know you must be them." And then here's the dreams come true card. So you have the 9 of Cups getting clarity around it, and then you have the Star card coming in again, the other dreams come true card with this unique card in this deck called the Creator and the power of no. And I'm going to read this to you because it's a, like I said, it's one of 2 cards that are unique to this deck, but it's a beautiful, it just fits so perfectly with this. I'm not going to be and go for something that I don't want. Yeah. Yeah. It's always a good sign. Says the creator card signifies that there is a powerful energy brewing in the atmosphere around you. Magician, right? It may feel overwhelming and tinged with undertones of darkness. Indeed, you may feel the urge to run and find shelter from this storm, but trust that you are ready to transmute this force into something that will propel you forward on your path. This card is also here to remind you of the power of the word no. No to the things that overwhelm or undermine. No to the people who drain your life source. No to thoughts that drag you into despair. You are mightier than you think, and a glimmer of faith paired with solid intention can give you the power to harness lightning. Each day, you have the choice to be the victim of fear and circumstances or the creator of new consciousness. Choose wisely. There's a quote here from Bethany Webster that says, "Your no is a sword that cuts away the non essential so that you can live the fullest life." Boom. I love it. So I feel like that's this next 30 days is you're determining what you want and don't want, and that you're gaining this confidence to say no to what you don't want and being okay going, I'd rather be alone than settle. Ooh, powerful, right? So I like that. Right, and that's what they have for you here. I'm just gonna put all these cards back in the deck here, different places. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. But I do like that. It's what is my true dream come true, not the dream that I've taken on from the outside world, going, well, this is what I'm supposed to want. It's like, what truly do I want from love? And I like that, right? Beautiful. Right. And that is what they have for you, my dear. So enjoy the next 30 days of clarity. I like it. Right. So many blessings to you. Thank you again for your donation. And then Brenda Tejada, we are to the diamond emoji here. And thank you for your donation. You'd like a general in love for today? Absolutely. Let's take a look here. Let's try that one more time. That was a sorry shuffle. Okay, there we go. Much better. So a general in love for today. What would you like Miss Brenda to know about love? That one, and then those two. All right. Yeah, did you get this? I got the Ace of Cups. I feel like you get this Ace of Cups a lot lately, which the Ace of Cups is about, you know, higher love. This is the card on the bottom of the deck. So the underlying energy is self-love, right? And I feel like there is this energy, and we'll see what these other cards bring in here. But there is a reminder of the ultimate love that's going to transform your future love is finding this inner love, inward and upward, the unconditional eternal love from above, from your higher self, and this whole posse of support and this whole sea of beings of unconditional love and light. That this is the love that is the foundation that will change all future loves. Otherwise, when we're seeking love in the outside world without that, then we will continue to draw in the type of relationships we had before. Because when I have self love like this, even though I might think I love myself a lot here, when I look inward, if I don't have a whole lot of self love or self worth that's from the inward upward, then it's like my little pipeline is like this. And even though I want to give a lot of love to the outside world, it's just going to be drip, drip. And no matter how much love someone wants to give me, it's just going to drip, drip, and trickle in. But the more I expand my self love, the more it opens up, and I, get to experience that love. So that's the bottom of the deck. Let's see what else comes in here. Yeah, okay. So you got the Ace of Wands and the Four of Cups. So Four of Cups tells us too about emotional stability, how we find that. Here's the love of the outside world, the three cups we had before. See how bored she is, like, ugh, not those again. So here's the Ace of Cups. That's the love we're looking for, that creates the passion, creates the movement, and brings new love, new energy, new passion into our lives in a completely different way. So that is like, whoops, as I smacked my microphone. Is it still working? Okay, good. So we have that. And then you have the creator. No, we just read this here, the power of no. Um, and I'm going to read it again. I know we just read it, but I feel like it's important, um, instead of telling you to go backwards, because I feel like it's different energy for you. But it says the creator card signifies that there is a powerful energy, this Ace of Wands, right? That's brewing in the atmosphere around you. It may feel overwhelming and tinged with undertones of darkness. And indeed, you may feel an urge to run and find shelter from this emotional storm, right? But trust that you are ready to transmute this force into something that will propel you forward in your path. This card is here to remind you of the power of the word no. No to the things that overwhelm or undermine. No to the people who drain your life force. No to thoughts that drag you into despair. You are mightier than you think, and a glimmer of faith paired with solid intention can give you the power to harness lightning. Each day, you have the choice to be the victim of fear and circumstances or the creator of new consciousness, and choose wisely. And again, Bethany Webster says, your no is a sword that cuts away the non essential so that you can live the fullest life. So, cutting away the thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that don't serve you anymore is important here. Yeah. Here's the full card, which a new beginning that's free from a lot of the former thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, the old cycles, new cycles, something freer, something more open, coming your way here. Yeah. It's a part of the journey here. You got the Knight of Pentacles, slowest moving knight out of them all. So there is that slow journey coming in here, but it's the star card. It's you becoming aware of what your true dream come true is when it comes to love. Even on the bottom of the deck, you've got the Eight of Swords, which is becoming aware of those thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that have, blinded you and bound you and made you feel trapped before. And these are the thoughts about love that we've been given growing up, right? Well, this is what it's supposed to be, this is what it should be, and it has to be, and it must be. And it's like, who says I get to decide? And I feel like you're having this time of separateness where you get to experience what it is. It's an internal journey of discovering what it is you want. And the more you interact on the outside world during this time, you're just going to see more of what you don't want, and you're going to learn that power of no, 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 hell no. So I like it for you because you're in the process. Like, you have your diamond emoji that's coming in here. And, I like this. You know, a diamond is formed through, what is it? Coal that's compressed over centuries of, and it's on the other side because of what you're experiencing, what you're looking at. You do, have this diamond in the rough that, transforms in your life. So I like that. Alright, so hopefully that helps, Brenda. That's what they have for you right now. So thank you again for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. And then Jeep, we are up to your additional donation. So thank you for that. Let's give that a love and a like and a general reading for 1 month from now. All right. Let's take a look here. So what does 1 month from now, we'll say June 17th, what does Spirit want you to know about what has transpired? Where are you at? Any differences? What do they want you to know here? All right. Yeah, you have the Three of Cups here. So I feel like you're going to be in this place of joy. I feel like you found your tribe in a way, because that's the underlying energy on the bottom of the deck is more joy, more happiness that's unfolding here. So I like that, right? So let's see what else we have here. Yeah, Seven of Cups. Lot of emotional adventures that will have happened between now and then over the next 30 days or so. So, we've got all these different, like I said, emotional adventures that you've experienced going through there. And neither's right, neither's wrong. They just been all these adventures. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah. You have three cards that came out together. You got the Ace of Wands, which is new passion, new spark in your life. Yeah, the Three of Pentacles, something that's more in tune with being true to your authentic self. Yeah, and this movement here, this Five of Pentacles, this transformation, realizing that it's not humans that bring you what you need in your life, your sustenance, that it's creator, it's spirit. We're taught, when we're young, right? Mom and dad or whoever, they feed us, they protect us, supposedly, house us, protect us from the weather and the animals or whatever. Obviously, they did at least that because we're alive. But when we realize that it's not humans, we experience feeling abandoned, being left out in the cold, being left behind, those feelings of lack by humans when we try to um, reinforce that they're the ones that bring us our sustenance in each moment, whether it's jobs or finances or anything of the outside world. They are what bring it. No, they're just the delivery company that bring us what we need in each moment. But creator, spirit, is the one who supplies it. They're just the delivery. You order something from Amazon or whoever the postal service, whoever that brings it, UPS, FedEx, DHS, whatever it is across the world, right? They didn't supply it, they just delivered it. It's the creator that does it. I like this, that as you're stepping into more being true to your authentic living a more authentic life for you and having this spark of stepping forward. Part of all this that you're experiencing over the next 30 days is you're the one that brings me what I need, and I don't need to worry so much about people pleasing as being true to the authentic me, because that is what brings me joy. That's what brings me, this fullness. Even when you look at the threes of creativity, which is also the three of pentacles, that's what brings you joy, right? Let's see what these other two cards are. This one, yeah, Nine of Swords, ending of these fears, ending of the nightmares and insomnia, right? All these small t truths, fearing failure, fearing rejection, fearing not being enough, fearing death. What is it that these fears are? What is keeping us from giving everything away? And they're not expecting you this, but in our minds it's like, I can't give everything away, quit everything, stop focusing on all those other relationships and just focus on me. It's like, what's keeping us? What fears bubble up when you think that? They're not asking you to do that, but they're thinking that. Yeah, and you got the tower. So there are going to be some things here. You get this tower came up already before. So there's going to be some sudden changes, some sudden things that are removed out of your life to make space for those things that are more in alignment with your true, authentic self. And sometimes that's what we need, right? We talked about the eagle's nest before, where when we're super comfortable and enjoying, at least, the eagle's nest is this scraggly nest, and it's not really a great place for eggs and eaglets, but the mama and daddy eagle make it so by putting furs and cloth and whatever bushes or whatever in there, to where it's nice and insulated and safe, and a nice little cushion for the little eggs. And then they hatch and they become little eaglets, and then they bring in food and they get room service brought in, and they sit on, and they keep them all warm. And then when it's time for them to fly, and the little eaglets are like, no, that's too much, I'm really comfy here, can you get me another trout or whatever? And they're like, no. And they start ripping away the comfortable things to make it um, more, exciting, more comfortable, to make movement instead of stay where we're at. So I feel like you're going to have some significant things, but at the end of it, you do have that joy and that creativity, and you're living a life that's more true to the authentic you. And I like that for you. Yeah, yeah. I feel like there's you have an opportunity for you to make changes. Because I know you have a lot of change happening in May and June with your past readings, is what they're reminding me of. And um, we can initiate them, and there's some of them that if we don't initiate them, they'll be initiated for us. Always for us, not initiated to us. Whatever happens in our life, even though it might feel like, oh, why is this happening to me? When we realize, oh, this is happening for me. Thank you for ripping out some comfortable things so that I'll want to do something and head off, and that empowers. Because can you imagine a a full grown adult eagle not able to fly? It's sitting in a nest waiting for other eagles to bring it food. No, they're like, no, you're a mighty, mighty eagle that is learning to fly. And then uh, that's like living your life purpose. So I like that. So I like it. So that is what they have for that one for you, Jeep. So thank you again so much for your multiple donations, and I'm excited to see what unfolds here. Right, and then Nova, Supernova, thank you for that. It looks like you're eating some green jello or throwing up, one of the two. So thank you for your additional donation and your multiple donations today. And let's see here. I think it was in here. Number 6. Yeah. What are your psychic abilities like? And how have you been experiencing them unknowingly and knowingly. All right, let's take a look here. And I just need to take a look here. And I think I saw Latoya, you said you made a donation. I didn't see one come through yet. So if, let me know where you made it. I'm just checking my Cash App here. Come on. Wow. Taking this good old time here. Nope, nothing through Cash App. I'll check PayPal here in a moment too, if you let me know, Latoya. But we'll pull here from. So Nova, let's take a look here first there. Let's see, psychic abilities. What are they like? And how have you been experiencing them, both knowingly and unknowingly? Okay. Oops, is that one all right? So you've got the Four of Wands here, which is about energetic stability. And I feel like, because you know about your empathic abilities, you know about your, you know, channeling music, and so those are the knowingly things, and they're like, yeah, we know you know those, so let's not focus on those right now. I feel like they are, um, saying it's more about, let's look and focus on, these this new kind of awareness of this new gift kind of thing here. And let me grab that here in a sec. Let me just. Thank you, Latoya. Let me just, I'm going to bring up my PayPal and just make sure that there wasn't any others that didn't come through. And every once in a while, PayPal, they're, they've got this fast moving emails. And then other times there's like, nope, we're just going to choose to go at a snail's pace and not tell you till hours later. So, no, I don't, Latoya, you might want to double check that. You might want to check your PayPal. I don't see anything came through. So we have that there. Yeah, and thank you, Danielle. Yeah, I see here we've got so Nova, and then Danielle, you'll be up next, and then Alex, and then Jeep, additional one, and then Latoya. We'll figure out here what's going on with you here in a momentito as well. But yeah, nothing came through there, which you never know. Maybe there was some sort of timing out issue or something. You never know. All right. So have I kept you in suspense enough, Nova? The new gift of the Four of Wands is this, I'm going to call it transmutation of people's energy. And where you do you're helping people move emotional energy. You're helping people, through song and vibration and that. This is a different type. This is like an intentional energy movement. If you've checked out my last two From Chaos to Cozy podcast, I talk a lot about hedge energy and love energy in different ways that it happens. And this is about intentional. This is outside of music. This is outside of, I know what? Outside of music. Is there such a thing for you? But it is. It's something that you do, that you help people move their energy, move things from a different, you know, um, it's lower vibrational energy, but it's not emotional energy. It has to do with intention. It has to do with even um, past energies that they've really drawn so much on that they can't get away from. Almost like it's not that it's an addiction, but it's an addiction to believing something that they've had for a very long time. So, I I like that for you. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah. So four of wands. That was the bottom of the deck. You got the seven of wands, which here is this movement of energy, challenges and courage, and you help people face their energetic challenges. Yeah, because you have on either side, you've got the seven of cups and the seven of wands. They're showing me here how they're related, but they're different too, with the seven of wands and the seven of cups. You help people with their emotional energy, but you help people with their intentional energy and where they put their focus too. So I feel like you allow them this ability to step into the power. And the seven of wands is about you help people believe in themselves. You help people feel like they don't have to shrink themselves, that they don't have to have ask people's permission to shine. I just feel like you help people with their confidence and this strength energy, which does help with emotional energy, transmuting emotional. But this is like you're helping people transform their overall energies here. Yeah. Bottom, yeah, at the on the very core, you have the Queen of Cups again, which everything comes down to this compassion, nurturing, motherly type of, empathic abilities. And because the Queen of Cups helps you with the Seven of Cups energy, but it also helps you. That's the psychic. Okay, since we're asking about your psychic abilities, it's all emotional energy when it comes down to it. But this helps you understand and know where their energetic challenges originate from. It's like you connect into a knowingness. And I feel like this is individuals that you come across. Now, music is going to be your main energy, right? Of how you're doing everything. But this is how you interact with individuals throughout your life, in that it's maybe not something that you do you know, um, like you market it or whatever. I feel like it's something that you do with individuals where you touch people's lives, but you don't do it as your source of income and different things. I feel like it's something you would love and enjoy doing, and you help touch individual people's lives that you come across. I like that. Let's see what else is here. Yeah. So you have the strength card here. So here's that Leo energy helping them understand their courage, their strength, their inner strength. You help people find their inner strength so that they can transform. You can help people believe in their dreams here with the star card as well. And the two of pentacles. This does show that, you know, one hand, you do have the emotional journey that you're helping everyone with through music. And then on the other hand is this thing that you like to do with helping them transmute and transform their energies, their drive, their passions. Maybe even, helping mentor them and living their own dreams in a way too, helping them manage their passion of life. So I like that. All right. So that is what they have for that one. I like that. Wow, looky there. You're like, ooh, there's more to you than just music. Who would have thunk? All right. So that's what they have for you. Many blessings to you. All right. Still don't see anything there from Z PayPal. So we'll continue down here. So Danielle, thank you for your patience and for your donation. I appreciate that. Let's give that a love and a like there. And for your comments too. I've been seeing a couple of them here and there. So thanks for supporting the other readings. And your comments as well. I will read those more as I'm getting through here. Oh gosh, we're almost to the it's almost 12:55. My goodness. So I'm actually going to I'll finish yours, Danielle. Although I really want to give it the attention. We'll see how far we get into it. So Alex and Jeep, yours I will come back to here. I'm going to head off here in a moment to go spend time with my praying mantis members. Wow, that 2 hours flew by. Um, and and then you guys will be first, and of course I'll dive deeper in there for you too. And Danielle, I'll leave it up to you. Do you want me to spend more time with yours coming back when I come back in about an hour and a half or so? Or do you want me to try to get you an answer here within the next 4 minutes? And while I'm waiting for you to answer, let me just grab these. Um, so, Alex, let me grab yours here. And then Jeep. All right, thanks for understanding, Alex. Oh, gotta go to work and pick up the kids. Okay, I get you. So you want to know, how does Louise M feel about you? You're confused about your connection. Oh, okay. So let's see here. How does Louis feel here? Okay, got those, and we got that one, and these two. All right, let's see what's going on here. Yeah, and I can see here, we've got the Eight of Pentacles, which is, it's like this cocoon. And I feel like your guys' journey, you know, it's like you have taken this journey and going, "Oh, hey, let's get into the cocoons. We'll get into our cocoons. We'll transform into butterflies, and we're going to go do butterfly things, right? It's going to be so cool and different. We're going to have experiences." And they're like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." And then you went into your cocoon, and you're transforming, and you're peeking outside of your cocoon, and you see them just this. They're continuing to eat leaves and become a bigger caterpillar, but you're like, when are you going to build your cocoon, and when are you going to transform? And I don't see that they're doing that, right? Um, and yeah, so I feel like here's you with your Queen of Wands. You are taking your power, taking your energy, really focusing. You're able to really get things done and have a lot of movement. And the 10 of cups is like this joy, and you have this, I want to pursue this, and you have these big, not necessarily that they're big dreams, but it's, you do have these big emotional desires of joy and celebration. And I feel like you're very upbeat, and you're excited, and you like sharing, you like filling up with this love and pouring it out. And um I feel like, they don't, right? I feel like they kind of feel lower vibrational. They feel kind of like a giant fat caterpillar would feel lethargic, and like, I just don't have the energy. I just, very low, right? Like heaviness, right? Where a butterfly is light and flies with the wind. The caterpillar's like, I'm just so heavy. It takes me so long to walk with all these little legs and my giant heavy body. And I feel like this is kind of that energy, right? Um, because I feel like, again, with you, the Page of Swords, you've been really looking at seeing things from a different perspective, cutting away things, and the Six of Wands is this victory and this movement, and you feel like you're having progress, you're having movement, but then, but I feel like you almost feel like you can't be as bright, you can't shine as bright and be upbeat and everything around them, because I feel like they kind of Why do you get all that? I wish I could have that. They can't celebrate with you. I feel like they make it about themselves, if that makes sense. Let's see what these other cards are here too. Yeah, yeah, this would be that 7 of Wands, like, you feel like you have to dim your light a bit around them because they're 5 of Cups, they like focusing on lower vibrational emotions instead of higher vibrational, and that's what they learned growing up, that this is where you get the most attention. Oh, yeah, you're an Aries, that makes sense, right? Um, yeah, yeah, and there's this great, here, I'm gonna share this emoji real quick here before I grab some screenshots, here is this. You never see a butterfly carrying a caterpillar around because they don't. When a butterfly realizes, you know what? You don't want to become a butterfly. You enjoy the attention you get being lower vibrational because that's what they knew, that's what they got. Maybe they were even like a middle child, or when they were competing with brothers and sisters and siblings, the only energy that they were got that was left over was lower vibrational, the negative attention, as they would say. And and then there's like this, um, I don't want to compete with anyone else. And they just got so used to, like a caterpillar, you know, got so used to consuming this um, energy, this lower vibrational energy, that they don't, you know, um, crave anything else. And they're like, I can't, I don't want to do it. And I just feel like that's what's going on here. And quite honestly, I just feel like it's this, it's kind of like spirit saying, hey, butterflies don't carry caterpillars, and caterpillars need to do caterpillar things, and butterflies deserve to be with other butterflies to go do butterfly things because butterflies prefer nectar, and they're able to head off to, you know, um, migrations that go, you know, thousands of miles, and a caterpillar cannot even ever imagine that. Like, what? How could I live that far? How could I even go, and do that? And so, I feel like it's kind of like, well, if they're not going to make a change, then maybe it's time, to allow them to remain the caterpillar and don't try to push them into a cocoon to become something that they're not. You know what I mean? And time to go find butterflies to do butterfly things with. All right, so I was waiting for something to finish going here. Yeah, 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 I can definitely understand. It's like, yep, I'm just going to be able to be me and do those things too. So that's definitely, what they have there. So that's what they've got there for you. Yeah, and understanding the root of that, why do I feel I need to fix other people? It's like, no, they're on their perfect journey. But that doesn't mean I have to, you never see a butterfly carrying around their cocoon, or other caterpillars are like, let's go. I'm going to go fly and flutter and be and celebrate you. So I like that. All right. So thank you, Danielle. And thank you for your donation as well. I actually need to jet. I'm like 4 minutes late to my other session. So I'm heading out. But thank you guys again so much for all the love and all the support. I will be back in about an hour and a half or so. I'm going to have an hour with my Praying Mantis members and then eat. Then I'll be back on to finish out the donations and then all the free readings. So I shall return. And until then, remember every second of every day of your life that you are eternally and unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you guys too. So until I see you again, enjoy the rest of your day or night, wherever you may be. Till then, much love. Hang in there. Take care of yourself. We'll see you soon. And HTTPS, I did grab yours there before the elevator doors closed. All right. We'll return.